All right, prediction is live. Raito versus Morphin. Grand finals. Let's see it. Now, I'm a bit surprised. I know it's generally difficult to make downwards gameplay. Don't get me wrong, but I am surprised that neither Raito nor Variety Bear built anything on the first half of the map last time. There are definitely a few things that you can make, you know, like downwards precision, place an upwards facing arrow. There's so many timings you can do with downwards gameplay that I feel like are exceptionally strong for a player like Raito. You know, when you're playing against someone like Variety Bear, a challenge mode player, you know, most notably, I feel like challenge mode players don't really get much experience with downwards gameplay. Call me crazy. Okay, now it looks to me, I feel like both of Morphin's builds feel like they're kind of setting up for perfect wire jump. Which, honestly, I have not seen in the meta for a while. I feel like since Frostbite, that hasn't been usable. Of course, getting the nuke bug still, the absolute worst. I feel like we need someone to program a mod that fixes that ASAP because, oh my goodness. Okay, is he gonna place it? Yep, there it is. Still, I don't feel like this is a scoring round quite yet. Now, I feel like the name of the game here is confidence. I know that's something I say a lot, because, you know, fundamentally, UCH is a game of confidence. But with Morphin especially, I feel like he's the kind of player where, like, when he is confident, he's just unbeatable. And of course, you could say the same thing for Raito. So for me, watching this match, I feel like the first player who can place something that the other player feels nervous with. Great bait by Morphin. The first player who can get something like that kind of just wins. Oh, wow. I mean, Morphin almost pulled off a great play there. I feel like he kind of didn't have the plan to follow through in the end, but like, oh wow, goes for the perfect wire jump anyways. Like, notice how Morphin used hovering the wire over that spot to force the super jump. He used that to bait Raito into placing his glue right away so that he could have an uncontested build with his first wire. I thought that his plan was to do the same the second round, you know, hover the perfect wire jump. But I guess not. I mean, it still is not nerfed. If Morphin places wires on that bottom block, it is forced. Spike Ball could potentially do the same. Yeah, Raito wants nothing to do with it. Rightfully so. Yeah, Morphin, not sure what he wants there. That is impossible. So we can just just player 3. Bit of an unfortunate blunder by Raito there, because placing one thing that makes the map impossible just kind of gives your opponent advantage for free. Wait a minute, Raito. What is happening? Are these nerves hitting? I feel like Raito, the best player alive when it comes to timings, but this Wrecking Ball is just getting the better of him for no good reason, respectfully. Alright, third time's the charm. The Wrecking Ball with nothing else beside it. Okay, this is a slow ramp up. I feel like both players recognize that they don't really want to take that plunge. They don't want to make it difficult enough to score because, you know, as soon as you get into that spot, anything can happen. Raito gets the black hole. That could be strong. How does he utilize it? Extremely good potential build there. I think Morphin's going to want to block it preemptively, maybe? Alright, how good is Raito with those conveyors? Let's see. Oh, Raito does not have the method. Wait, this could be big for Morphin. Hold on. Raito doesn't know. He's going for this. He's going for this with a crouch, but the best thing you can do is just go for the Kiata jump. You know, treat it like it's a Kiata, and it kind of just works. Because as soon as you commit to the crouch, you're opening yourself up to the corner bounce, which pushes you into the spike ball. Yeah, Raito. I think this is one of those things where Raito is kind of screwed over by being in Japan. You know, not saying that he's sleep deprived right now, but more so saying he doesn't have as many people to play with in casual games, so he doesn't get exposed to the meta in the same way that Morphin does. Okay, Raito, something needs to change. I mean, Morphin has such a strong advantage. Oh yeah, of course. Of course. Knew I forgot something. Okay, wait, I looked away for 2 seconds, right? So, has he adapted? Wait a minute. Raito. Okay, just cannot get the one frame though. I feel like that's one of the things that the controller players tend to struggle with. Raito again already. I'm shocked. I actually am really shocked. Raito is doing the Kiata jump now. Is he doing that just from watching Morphin? I feel like this what he couldn't get it a single time last round. Why is he just so effortlessly? He's not struggling. Like, am I crazy? That setup is not the type of thing that you just do on the fly. Like, that is a setup that you practice the method for. But Raito, I mean, already reclaimed advantage. Like, he got it all 4 times! He literally just lost last round by dying to the easier version 4 times in a row, and now he can't miss it? What are we talking about here? Okay, 4 rounds left. That being said, you know, adaptations may go a long way, but you need some way to strike. If I'm Raito, okay, getting rid of the one frame, not necessarily a bad idea. Probably going a little bit too early on that. Morphin had the option to just bomb the barrel again. Okay, and now Raito surely getting rid of the super jump. Wait, Raito has the opportunity to force a Hydrant Kiata. Not gonna go for it. Wow. Alright, let's see how this works out. Okay, again. That's 5 in a row, by the way, if we're keeping track. Oh wow, the Hydrant actually kind of helping Morphin there. Bit too hasty. That could have been Morphin's ticket to victory here. Now, if I'm Raito, you know, struggling this much with the high up super jump, I wonder if there comes a point where trying to go for the corner boost into super jump, it becomes the play. That sounds crazy. That really does, but I feel like there might be something to it because he's struggling to get the height and Morphin is just not. Okay, Morphin again down to that black hole. He's just steps away from touching the flag, going up 2-0. Alright, and Morphin is absolutely crushing on this super jump. Raito does get a hold in there, but not quite enough. doesn't get it with the timing of the arrow. Morphin now the opportunity to score. 19 seconds doesn't seem like a lot, but it is just enough. Morphin needs to get it now. I mean, okay, Loki, if we're being honest, Raito, if he first tries this, not gonna be enough. Okay, that super jump needs to go. If I'm Raito, Morphin is just, he's just too good at super jumps. Okay, both players get the 2x1. Okay, good play by Raito. Oh, but wait a minute, Raito doesn't realize. Is the super jump still forced there? Is the super jump still forced? I think this might be a moment where a gap in perception seals the deal on the set. Okay, never mind. Super jump not required. You can still get through there, even with the glue. Alright, Raito makes it. What is the play here? Oh, Raito. I see. I feel like Morphin's method might still be easier. Okay, please someone correct me if I'm wrong. Raito has now hit that, what, 14 consecutive times? The conveyor belt that lost him the first point? Like, did he genuinely just learn that on the fly, and he's now at 14 in a row? Morphin is one of the best players in the world when it comes to this specific setup, and Raito's hitting it more than he is. Off of pure adaptation, not even practice. What is going on? Okay, there, Raito for the first time it seems, dying to that conveyor. Maybe by saying it, Raito has just lost his juice. Maybe that one's on me. Okay, 2 rounds left. I mean, Morphin only up by 1 point, though. If anyone in this world can make this comeback, it is Raito. I don't know about that. Are we going to be seeing... Okay, there is still the potential to counter build. Raito, I feel like it's time to just gut that setup in the middle. And the same thing's going to happen here. The same thing's going to happen here. Morphin's just going to... Or maybe not. Wait, are we seeing... Oh, wow. That is... I think that might actually be impossible. Okay. Good placement by Morphin. Wow, this is way harder. Raito missing his, Oh wow, good idea by Morphin. Actually, wait, is that wall jump better? Yep, there it is. Wow, nicely done by Morphin. He has the opportunity here. 1 point scored, seals the deal. Raito onto his last life. Okay, this could be it. Morphin gets through. Does he have the black hole? He does it. 2 lives still. Morphin with the opportunity to end this tournament right here. But the most difficult setup by far is standing in his way. Can he get it twice? Okay, going to the last round. I feel like Raito really needs a bomb. He gets it. Get rid of the conveyor, Raito. Get rid of the conveyor. You don't need to be stubborn here. Okay, wait a minute. Is there anything... Raito can counterbuild. Raito actually can counterbuild using this conveyor belt. There's a few ways he can go about doing it. That's a good one. That being said, though, I mean... Morphin just gets to place this right back, and Raito gonna lose a life to this. Wait. Not quite, not quite. Okay, just 3 lives left. Raito, take your time. Hold on. Raito gets it. He still needs to hit this super jump, which he has been struggling with the whole match. Close. Raito's actually getting the correct height for it. He's just not committing. He's not committing. I think we're probably within 15 seconds of the timer showing up here. Raito onto his last life. He's been struggling. Is he gonna be able to get past this conveyor setup? Let alone get through the super jump. Raito going for it, and that seals the deal. Morphin takes it 1-0, winning the tournament. Is this the return of the king? Now, to me, I feel like that set was plain and simple, just a gap in building proficiency. I feel like there were so many things Raito could have gone for to get the win. You know, he had that period of time where he'd adapted. He honestly had advantage. But maybe just a little bit too stubborn, or maybe just a little bit too hasty in his placements when it came to nerfing that super jump. And that's all someone like Morphin needs.